Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We are here today for our PD session on YouTube. And so we're looking at playlists and your channel today. I'm going to pop out the agenda a little bit bigger and go over this with you a little bit. My name is Rosemary Jane. I do work in the Learning Technologies team for Cincinnati Public Schools. And I'm going to be talking to you today about what I've done with YouTube and how you can get started if you'd like to start using YouTube. So we're going to be looking at how you can build playlists from currently existing content and create. And so when we're looking at playlists, what we're kind of looking at is curating and creating your own content. Most of what I have put together on YouTube is created content, and I put those into playlists. But I'm also going to show you how you don't have to make anything at all, how you can just use YouTube playlists and create playlists for your students, your families at home, or even your personal interests or things like that. There's a lot you can do with playlists. We are going to dip into the YouTube studio to show you how you can manage your playlists. And we're going to be looking a little bit back at processing videos. I'm going to touch briefly on going live because that's also how you can get creative video content, and some of my recommended advanced settings. Again, those recommended advanced settings more have to do with creating content, but I plan to mostly focus today's session on playlists, and then we'll look at some created content or creating your own content. So that's our agenda for today. And to begin, I want to remind you, and yes, it is sometimes like I'm beating a dead horse. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. I do recommend that you use the Chrome browser, that you are signed in and sync is turned on. Now, the reason we want to do that is because that's going to maximize or enhance. Sorry, I've lost my agenda. That's going to maximize use of our district tools. And you may or may not be aware, but YouTube is actually a Google app. So again, you should be using the Chrome web browser. And I'm sorry, I'm going to fix a few things on my screen. This should not be open. All right. Recommend you're using Chrome, and you can check if you're signed in and syncing by looking at the very top. If you're on a Windows PC, it's over here in the upper right. If you're on a Mac, it's probably in the upper left. And if you're on a tablet, it depends by what type of browser you're on. But if you look in the upper corner, right below the red X is that three-dot menu, and there are two different icons for your profile. Now, a lot of people see this larger one down in this corner next to the applications menu. You can see that they're signed in and they think they're signed in. But you got to look up at the smaller icon for the browser itself. What this lower one means is I'm signed into Google, but this one means I'm signed into the Chrome browser, and you should be signed in with sync turned on. We're going to do one thing today. I'm going to demonstrate, but if you want to work along with me, excuse me, I didn't mean to tap that button. If you want to work along with me, I do suggest that you sign in and sync is on. If it tells you that sync is paused, then go ahead and re-sign in. If it is somebody else's account, maybe another family member in the home, you can always go in to the three-dot menu, go to settings, and you can clear that user out. You would just hit turn off. I don't want to do that because I'll lose this meeting. But you could turn off and clear out the other user at another time. But it is best for you to be signed on and syncing. Okay, so now we're going to talk about getting to Google, or excuse me, getting to YouTube. So anytime you just pop open a new tab in Google, you will have your Google Apps menu. It's also sometimes nicknamed as the waffle. If you click on that and you scroll, you will see that YouTube is right there in your Google Apps menu. Now, Google also gives you a shortcut to apps that you frequently use, so that might just appear right there. I want to call that out as well. You can go to it through the Google Apps menu, or if you look down here, sometimes it'll be right here because it's a recent app that you used. And then there's other ways to get to it, but we're just going to focus on those two. So I'm just going to click on YouTube. And again, I want to point out that I'm signed in and syncing, so it's automatically taking into my own account. Now, when you click on your account profile, you'll notice I'm not clicking on the upper one. I'm now down in YouTube, and I've clicked on my account profile because I want to get to my channel. Now, if you've never done a YouTube channel before, then it will say create your channel, and it will walk you through how to create your channel. I'm not showing how to create the channel today, but it's Google. It's very user friendly. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you click into your channel, your home has your collection of videos. It could have things that you've saved. Your videos is pretty straightforward. It's videos you have uploaded, so you might have nothing in there. Playlists are playlists you have created, okay? And then there are a few other buttons that we're not going to get into today. All right, today we're focused mostly on playlists. And before I get into playlists that I have created, because I did talk about curated and created, I'm going to give a different example. So I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to imagine for a moment that I am a high school biology teacher. And I saw for students. I want it for students. All right. So let's imagine that I've done my homework. I'm being a good teacher. And, this one is saying biology cell structure. You do have to keep in mind, YouTube is going to give you some commercials. So I'm going to have to actually let this play for just a moment. Okay, you can skip the ad after a moment, usually. And this is telling me a little bit about the video. Let me show you something before you even build your first playlist, some things that you might need to know that will help you as you're trying to build playlist content. If I'm that high school biology teacher and I want to look for biology videos, or I saw my new friend since COVID, Jason Bailey, he joins a lot of my trainings. I see you're in there, Jason. Hello. You might want to look for music videos. Doesn't matter what your topic is that you're looking for. So just think of your own topic. But when I look at this video, and I think I've found one that maybe it's directly out of my curriculum mapping guide. Maybe there was a suggestive video, or maybe it was referred to in some sort of instruction that you already know which video you're going to get. But if you're looking for different videos, before you just go with the video you found, take a look at who is producing the video. So this video right below it in YouTube, there is a lot of important information right below the videos. And this is true for all the videos that I share as well. So there's the name of the video, how much it's been viewed, likes and dislikes. But there's also information about who is the one producing the video. So if you end up finding a channel where you've got a lot of videos that you like, you can subscribe to that channel. And so I do biasly suggest you all subscribe to mine because I put all my PD videos on there. There are different options depending upon how the person who uploaded the video set it. And that gets into some of my advanced setting recommendations we'll get to at the end. But depending on the video, you can add a public comment. And I will tell you this, for my creative videos, I almost always disable content. But just be aware when you're pulling content for your students that you don't just look at the video, that you look at some of the related content. Now, YouTube does have some filtering, and there are when you add videos, you have to state whether it's for children or not. And so, but you can't just count on everything being completely safe or accessible. We can't trust everything on the internet, even though YouTube's approved and there is a lot more safety nets. Just take a look and make sure that you want your students to see these comments at a glance. So that's just some best practices. All right, now another thing that you will notice is there is a description, but so many people overlook this. Right at the bottom of the video, there is show more. And so very often there are links out to other things. In my YouTube videos, I link out to my chat transcript below. I also link out to my agendas often. And so there could be suggestive videos. So you want to always click on that show more. Now this, whoops, I just zoomed a lot, sorry. All right, so this has a lot in the show more. You can always go back to show less if you don't want to see it all. But just so you're aware, most of the time, especially PD-based videos or content-based videos, there's a lot under the show more. So now we're going to mentally fast forward to, I vetted this out. I know that this is something I want my students to see. And now it is time to create my first playlist. Now, what you'll notice is I'm not teaching you how to record anything. You don't have to make anything. We're curating. We are pulling together a collection that we're going to build into a playlist. So I go at the bottom of the video, and besides the likes and the shares, which if you click share, you can share it a variety of ways. Today, we're looking at this little icon that's so easy to overlook. This is to add to a playlist. So if you've never created a playlist, the first thing that's going to pop up is create new playlist. I have a ton of playlists, but that'll be your first option. So I'm going to create new playlist, and then it gives me some things to establish right off the get-go. So I'm going to say biology videos for class. I'm imagining I'm making this for my students. I can do it by grade level or whatever I want to do. You can see I have 150 characters and I've only used 24. So you can actually be a little bit descriptive in your playlist title. You don't necessarily need to think of it like a title to a file or a folder. But for navigation purposes, it's actually good if you keep the name kind of shorter, and there's more we can add later when we go into the YouTube studio. But just so you're aware, there's a 150 character limit on the name of that. Then right from here, you determine whether this is a public playlist, meaning it appears on your YouTube channel. So if somebody were to Google you and look at you up on YouTube, they would see that you created this playlist, like on a Google search, okay? They'd have to know to look for you, so it's not some dangerous thing to do. All my most of my playlists are public. Unlisted would be if you want content, but you don't want it out to a general audience. You might make an unlisted playlist of class meetings that you've recorded. That's a really good example. If you recorded your own class meetings, those should all be unlisted. You might have a collection of videos that are remedial and, you want it to go to a specific audience of students and you don't want to share it out with everybody in general. And so you can make it unlisted. Keep in mind that private is a valid setting if you're making a list for yourself that only you want to view. And I am somebody, I listen when I'm not in a meeting talking to people, I have music on all day long. So I have lots of private playlists for song lists that I like to listen to while I'm working. I'm in meetings a lot more often lately, so I don't have my music on as much as I'd like. But I make my private playlist just for content that's only for me that I don't intend to share with anyone else. So you decide at the time that you're building the playlist. For this one, I'll make it public. Oh no, I'm sorry, because I'm going to go into Studio. I'm going to make it unlisted. I'm going to make the playlist unlisted and hit create. So now what you can see in the bottom lower corner, and it doesn't stay up for long, it flashed. It said added to biology playlist. So now I'm going to go into some of their suggested videos. Now I could subscribe to them and then I'd get to see all of their channel. Or if I don't want to subscribe right away, I can just actually click on their user icon and I can go into their dashboard. So they have a, let me pause it. They have a featured video. So on their home, they've got a video set to autoplay. But if I just want to see their videos, I can go to this button. I can look at all these different videos. If I want to see their playlist, what did they put together? What did they feel like is content that makes sense together? And like, because I'm imagining I'm a biology teacher, I could say, well, we're actually only looking at infectious diseases, or, more apt for the time, we're going to look at coronavirus videos. And there are 14 videos on this playlist. So you can view these people's playlists, view the full playlist, and I can say, oh yeah, you know what? We were studying pneumonia before this. This is a great connection. So I can go to the three dots beside it. I'd probably recommend you watch it first. But then you can save it right to your playlist from there. And I'm sorry, I keep wrong clicking. So then it gives me all of my playlists, and it always puts the most recent one on the top. So I can just check that playlist. And here's another cool thing. I can put things in multiple playlists at once. So over time, as I build more, you can actually see that I have a collection of things I want to watch later that's private. It's just for me. My biology videos for class that I just made in front of you, that's an unlisted link. I have to give people the link to access it. But then I've got all these public playlists. So I can select multiple playlists if I want to, and that video is going to go to every playlist I select. I could even, maybe I'm searching and I'm going to see a video and I'm like, oh, you know what, that, I don't want that on my biology video collection now, but next quarter I'm going to do that. So right here from adding it, I can create another playlist right from there and add at the same time. So this really, this curation that we can do with videos as we're looking for content, we can look for content specifically on what we want to collect for now and make a playlist, or we can also, like I said, on this one, let's say I go down to this one and I go, oh, yep, I want to, sorry, I keep wrong clicking on there. I want to save it to a playlist. Sorry, I'm going to keep doing that because I'm not at my desk. I need my mouse. Let's say I'm going to add it to my biology list, but then I'm going to create that new playlist because I also realize I want it in this one now, but I also want to put it somewhere else for later, or vice versa. Maybe my biology playlist was the one I was just using, but I realized that this one I'm not going to do in this playlist. I'll add it to another one for later. So it's a really nice way for you to curate your own collections. And so going back to this biology, this Nucleus Medical Media organization, I can see the playlists that they've created. But then what's cool about it is, okay, I might pick one from here, and then I can go one from here. And then this one I can also add. So this is that curation part where, you know, this organization organized them like this, but for my teaching purposes, I want this one off that playlist in my custom playlist. All I do is check it and it goes in there. So I'll go back and let's, just for example's sake, you know, I'm looking at another one of their playlists. They think this is high school. So then I can look at what they've shared, and then, oh, yeah, I only want this one video off that playlist, so I'll add it to my custom playlist that I just built. So this is me sort of navigating through YouTube. Now I can go to something completely different. So now those were biology based, but maybe I want some news or based videos. So this is from CBS News. And so maybe this is a trusted source I have, or maybe I have something else referred to in my curriculum maps and guides. I can go to it. And then so if I want to get to the playlist that this is on, I just click on that channel and go to their playlists. And then I can continue the same actions. Now this is the whole news playlist. So I actually did want something on COVID, but you get the idea. So I can just have that specific video that I found and look for, excuse me, or I can go to others' playlists and pull and curate from those playlists. So I'll look for one. I'll go back to the COVID one. So let's just say that I know that this COVID news video is the one that I want in my biology playlist. I just, again, go to that little plus sign there. It's an icon of a list with plus, add to playlist. And then I can add it to my biology playlist, or I can create a new one if I want to maybe make biology news clips or something like that. So you can make your playlists as personalized and customized as you want, and you can make as many as you want. So that is curating content. We hop back in the agenda. We looked at building a playlist. We're going to get to creation a little later. Right now, we curated in some content, and now I'm gonna skip the creating content, and I'm going to go into the YouTube Studio to manage my playlist, because what you'll notice, I go out of here. Let me refresh. Okay, I am in my channel and I am in my playlist, but wait a minute. Where is my biology playlist that I just made? I know I made a playlist for that. Well, because I made it unlisted, I would need to go over to, sorry, actually it's right here. So it's got my recent playlists here on the far left, but if I want to do something with that playlist, I'm going to show you how you go into your YouTube Studio to do that. So right at the top of YouTube, there's a button for YouTube Studio. You can also navigate to that from right here. So if you're on a different part of YouTube for some reason, you can go there either way. So I'm going to click on YouTube Studio. All right, it takes me into, now I've uploaded a lot of content. If you have nothing in there, that's okay. If all you have is playlists, that works. It's on that, whoops, excuse me, I over zoom. It's on that far left menu. It's dashboard, videos, playlists. I'm going to go to playlists first. Now what you can see is that I have a lot of playlists. Most of them are private, my music collections. Some of them are public. Some are things I collect for my own PD purposes. This is a collaboration meeting, so I only want to share this collection of videos with the people in that meeting. Then I also divide them out by, so for me, since I do professional development, I've got collections for reading specialists. I've got collections for early childhood teachers, early childhood education teachers. I've got parents playlists. So think of your different audiences. I saw, Jason's in the call, and he might have, early primary music playlists, and he might make one for, kindergarten, first and second grade, and then he might make a intermediate, or he could even make playlists by grade levels. I'm just picking on Jason because he likes to help me out. All right, so this is how you get to your playlist. I want to show you now editing this playlist though. So I can get to details of my playlist by just clicking on the title. It's going to take me into my playlist, and you can see all the videos I've just added. This is where I can do a little bit more work in editing. Remember earlier I showed you the character count for the title? Well, it didn't have the description. I have to go into the YouTube Studio to get to my description. But if I want to give this a description, tell which students will view audience. And you can give any extra information or even directions with the list. So you can you have up to 5,000 characters in your description. So if you remember the title, I said you can make it longer, up to 250 characters, but you have up to 5,000 characters for your description. So I'm going to hit save on that. So I've got, and also later I might change the title of it. Like maybe it was biology videos for class, but maybe now it's, extension activities or whatever. I can edit that here. So again, the way I got to that was going into my YouTube Studio, going to my playlist, and I clicked on this playlist. Now, at one point it was unlisted, but if I change my mind later, like for example, maybe I want to stop using that playlist with that group. Well, once I share the link, it's shared. If I change it to private, it kind of turns the link off. And very often you might go to YouTube and something you saved in the past, it says, video has been removed. Like that's the image that people will get if they click on something that you once had unlisted or public and then you make private. So because only you will be able to view it. Or I might decide, oh, I don't want this unlisted anymore. I want it to be a public video playlist to appear on my public channel. So remember when I was back in my, remember when I was back here, one second, in my channel, and I went to my playlist, and that biology one doesn't show. Actually, it's showing to me now. So, but it will not show for others though. So this is because I'm signed into my account. Just every time I go into the studio. But let me give an example real quick. All right, if any user goes to my playlist, they're only going to see, if they're not signed in, if they're not me, they are only going to see what I made public. And we wait. All right, so what you can see is it's only the playlists. Like if somebody's not signed into YouTube, they'll see whatever I've made public. All right, so I can go back into my YouTube Studio and I can edit this playlist. Another cool thing, everybody, is that you can also change the order. So let's say that you did some research, you found videos you wanted. You can drag and drop those in any order you want because and I'll go over here for this one. If I decide I want to watch something, like I want to go into the Distinguished Educator Tidbits videos. Well, if I click on it, you can see it actually says play all. Right below it, if I want to get into that view, I've got to click here to view the full playlist. If I just click here, it just starts playing all the videos. That works great for music, but it might not be the best solution for PD. So I like to go to view full playlist. And then I get to, as the user, see the videos in order, and I can decide what I want to view first or second. And then I can even add them to my own. Actually, this would add a queue because I'm not signed in. See, if I'm not signed in, I can't get to a playlist. But I can't change the order of this. The person who created the playlist in their YouTube studio is the one who can drag and reorder your video collection. So you can also, there's one more cool thing I want to show. If these are my biology videos, I might want this, whoops, I just dragged that too much. I might want this image to be the thumbnail. I don't want this image. So I can go over here to the three dots and I like set as playlist thumbnail. And so that way, when people go to my channel or get this is what they see first. So it'll visually cue up my mind for that. Even though they're not going to see that video till third, that can be the thumbnail. So I can make any one of these that I want my thumbnail. So looking at some of these settings in here, we can put it in queue, meaning it'll play up next. We can save it to watch it later. We can save it to a playlist. So we're in one of our playlists. So maybe we'll decide it should be in another one. We can also remove if we decided we found a better video. And then we can move to top or move to bottom or set as playlist thumbnail. So there's no real hard and fast recommendations. You can have as many videos as you want on a playlist. A playlist could just be 2 or 3 related videos that you want to group together. That's fine. Or a playlist could have 30 videos on it that you put in priority order. Or like when I listen to my music, I sometimes have 50 or more that I just want to hear in that order. So you own the ability to order or reorder these. I'm getting ready to go into now creating content, and that will get into some of the processing videos, going live and recommended advanced settings. But I just threw a lot of information at you. It's my personal opinion. YouTube is very user-friendly. I really love it. Before I started using it as a PD channel, for me, before I started using it as a PD channel for me, I did it with my music, and it's very easy from my mobile phone. So I'm going to come back over here. I don't have anything in the chat. Okay, so there's no questions in the chat. You can always add one if you don't have anything, or if you want to ask something now. But I was going to show it on my mobile phone, YouTube on my mobile phone. So here we go. I'm going to stop presenting because I want the view to come. I want my phone to be larger on the screen. Okay, and again, you should keep yourself on that spotlight view. I just do this for me so I can see you. Okay, so I opened YouTube on my phone, and it takes me to a dashboard just like you saw before. And then this might, whoops, sorry. This might get a little hard to see from the phone, but that profile image is right there that I told you about, that we're going to click on our profile image because that gives us the menu to get to our channel and even YouTube Studio. I'm going to click on my channel, and then it's similar to the web view. It lands on sort of that home, and then videos, and then playlists is the third option over. But guys, this is really cool. I can manage all my playlists from my mobile phone. So everything I just showed you on the big screen, you can do if you download the YouTube app on either your Android or Apple phone. I can add videos to my playlist. I can delete videos. I can create a whole new playlist. And I can even do some of the creation things I'm about to show you next. But I really wanted to spotlight the mobile app because you guys saw me build this biology playlist right here. I'm going to click on that. There's that playlist with the title and the description I added. the videos are in the order that I re-drag them into. But because I'm signed in, I can also, I don't know if you can see it as well from here, but it's got the little 2 dash lines. If I want to, I can even drag and reorder a video from my phone. So I could collect them all in one sitting, and later I could go back and figure out what order I want to put my playlist videos in. So the next thing I want to show you is sharing a playlist, especially if you made that playlist unlisted like I did. This playlist is unlisted, but I can actually just go to, and this is the same thing you would do on the computer. There is that little arrow. It's kind of like that hopping over arrow, and it's right there. Okay, I'm going to tap on the share arrow. Here's what pops up on a mobile browser. And so I can just copy the link. And then this gets really good, everybody. Then I can go into my Schoology mobile app, and I can actually share and assign playlists, and I'm doing everything from my mobile phone. So you can functionally work from your mobile phone, creating YouTube playlists, organizing, naming, describing, all of that stuff. You can do it all from your mobile phone, and then you can add those playlists to your Schoology course just using your mobile app. So I don't even need to get on a computer to do anything that I just showed you. All of it can be done from mobile. I really love the power of Google applications and our Schoology mobile app for being able to work effectively from your phone. You know, the only real barrier is screen size. And a lot of us, I know I'm overly comfortable with my phone screen. I do emails from my phone. I do web browsing from my phone. And of course, all my social media and my fun stuff I do from there. But I also do a good amount of my work just from my phone. All right. I'm going to hop back over to the agenda to keep myself on track. But please, if you have questions, don't hesitate to put them into the chat. All right. I'm going to be moving on now to creating content. And then we're going to look at that created content in light of playlists, processing videos. I told you we're going to touch on going live real quick because that's how you can get other videos too. And some of my recommended advanced settings because there's playlist options built in to the advanced settings as well. You guys tell how much I like this stuff? I love YouTube. All right. So I am now just back in YouTube, and I want to go right back to my channel landing page, my home. So this is your YouTube home base. All right, I'm in YouTube, and this is kind of cool. I was in a meeting earlier today, and I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to create a video, put it on a unlisted playlist, and add a video cover. I'm going to do all that right here, and it's actually something that I had to do as a follow-up from a meeting I recorded earlier. So I'm going to be showing you not with a fake example, a real one. All right. So if I want to go into my Google Meet recordings, which if you're wondering, that's how all of my virtual PDs are done. I'm going to go into my Meet recordings folder that Google published for me. So I didn't make this folder. Every time I record a Google meeting, Google drops a copy of the video and any chat transcript in my Google Meet or in my Meet recordings folder. I did add 2 subfolders to this. And so I'm going to go actually, I think it's in here. No, it's not. Sorry. It's in my video covers. All right. I don't remember which one it's on. I won't take too long on this. So I think it's on this one. No. I don't remember. Here's my UC cover. Sorry, I make my video covers, I make them in Google Slides. So I'm actually just kind of showing you how I do this. Darn it. I think it's in this one. Sorry, I need to name my files better. I'm not always the most digitally organized person. There it is. All right, so I make a slide to be my video cover, And I'm going to go back to my channel. So these are all just a Google slide that I download. So I've got one that I reuse for these this UC meeting that I had earlier. So I just use this. And then what I'm going to do right up here on the title, I'm going to say UC CPS. I add to the title real quick. And then I do a file download as an image. I do PNG. You can do whatever one you want. You can do JPEG if you want. You can even do PDF. Well, PDF wouldn't work as a thumbnail. But do a photo file download or an image file download. Okay, so I downloaded that. I'm going to go right back and take that title off because I just temporarily wanted that title change for that file. When you do that, it only downloads as an image that one slide. So it works perfectly for making a quick YouTube video cover. So then all I got to do is go here. Sorry, I got to get the meet recording. So out of my meet recording, I'm going to go and grab the video, download it. Okay, my video is downloading. My image is right there, and I'm going to show you how fast I can create content. All right, I can just go right up in this upper corner. It's really tiny. It's a little camera with a plus sign. And so it says create a video or post. So, whoop, I didn't mean to zoom out that much. So I can click this because I had to go into my meet recordings and download the video. I'm going to upload the video now. I think. So it shifts over, and what it actually did, if you look at the URL at the top, it shifted me into YouTube Studio. So then it's telling me that I can upload files at once. Oh, and this is brand new, guys. This wasn't on here yesterday. I can now upload up to 15 video files at a time. I'm going to be playing with this. Okay, select a file. I'm just going to go with the download that I just had. And so I want that video file, and it may be hard for you to see. I can't zoom this, but this is the image file. This is the video file. So I'm going to grab that. It's uploading. And then it pulls in whatever title was on there. So for this one, I'll say UC and CPS. Check. Okay. Then I can tell a description about it. Our weekly meeting. I'm going to say I'll add details later. For my people who are subscribed to this playlist, they will get a notification when I add a new video. So just letting them know I'm going to add details later. Because normally I add a copy of my chat transcript, things like that. So going back to our agenda, just to keep me focused. So I am now creating content. I did that by downloading my own video, and I'm now in the processing videos part of this agenda. So down here, I'm going to add that thumbnail so the video has a cover. And all I do is grab that image file. It adds it. The Google Slides make a perfect video cover size slide. So that's what I use. I don't have to do anything. There's no cropping or anything needed for me. You can see right away, these are the advanced settings now. I could just click and go next and start publishing the video, but I do want to go into this. So I can add it to a playlist right here. So I'm going to add it to my UC and CPS collaboration meetings because that's the playlist it's assigned to. I have other ones that I could add it to. Very often if I do, like for example, one of my Tech Talk tidbits, if I think that it's a good idea for an ECE teacher to add, I'll add it to 2, 3, or even 4 playlists at once. So I'm going to click done. Okay, now it's going to that playlist, or if I had picked more than one, it would tell me how many playlists it's going to. I have to identify if I made this for kids. No, it's not made for kids. If it was, it would automatically turn off like commenting and things like that. You can put an age restriction if you need to. But then this is more options is our advanced settings. Here's the ones I recommend. And yes, I'm going to go through them quick because we've only got 15 minutes left. My advanced settings that I recommend is that you do your video language. This is helpful for if somebody is using closed captioning later. And so for English, it even differentiates which English, so United States. And then you have to, for captioning, you have to certify that the content has never been aired on TV. Like, that you're not pirating some other content. So it never has. I created it. Recording date and location. I do like to add my recording date. It puts a little timestamp on it. You can put the location if you want. I don't do it. Standard YouTube license is fine. I always leave. It is a default for allow embedding and publish to subscription feed to notify subscribers. Those are presets that I leave on. I do want my subscribers notified when I add something to their playlist or when I've uploaded something publicly. And I do want to allow it to be embedded. That's especially important for when we want to embed videos in Schoology. You get to pick your category, but it stays on your default category. So when I pick education, it'll stay on that unless I change it. And then comment visibility. It always defaults to hold potentially inappropriate comments. Guys, people are not always kind. I just disable comments. For the most part, mine are published for professional learning. And if you need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me through Google Chat. I don't need a public YouTube comment. So I do turn those off. But I do like to see if viewers like or dislike my video. So I leave that on. All right. So that is some of the advanced settings that, again, I just went into that, more options, and then I click next. This is when I'm processing the video. It goes into video elements, and I am interested in these a lot, but I've never used them. The end screen and the cards. So you can actually have a card show up during the video that will give a prompt. This was something I learned about when I was doing my Google Certified Educator Level 2. And I have to admit, there's some really cool stuff in this, and I really would like to take time to add an end screen. I just haven't done it yet. So I always skip over that. I'd encourage you, if you really get into YouTubing, that you learn about some of those things. And then so save or publish. So I can just save it for now if I want, and then come back to it later in my studio, or I can decide to make it private that only I'm going to see it. Unlisted, meaning only the people who already have a link to that channel, sorry, not channel, that playlist, or directly to this video, or public. So I'm going to leave this one as unlisted because it goes on that particular playlist. So I don't want it to go on my public channel. And then, so you are aware, you can schedule it to be released at a certain date. If I hit schedule, it even lets me do the time of day that it gets released. And if I want it to be a premiere video, like the biology example I showed you. I actually do not want to schedule this video. So I'm just going to deselect this. Save or publish. I'm publishing it, sorry. So it's published as unlisted. It would have walked me through deciding if it's public or unlisted on the schedule one as well. All right, before you publish, check the following things. These are good things for you to double check. If you're recording any Google meetings with your students in them, please never ever publish that publicly. That should always be unlisted or private. Private would be that it's just for your own purposes to review later, and unlisted would be maybe if you're sharing that link in Schoology for kids who missed the meeting. Hey, I got a new subscriber. I wonder if she's in the training. So please, if you ever have your CPS kiddos in a recording, take caution. I recommend you don't put any of those as public videos. So keep that in mind before you hit publish. I like that YouTube puts that right in front of you. You click save. And now it is letting me know that the standard definition version of my video is still processing in the background, but this is what it's going to look like. It's 24 minutes long, and it tells me it's 95% published. So let me go back to get out of my video covers and my mate recordings. All right, we looked at processing videos and some recommended advanced settings. Going live is what we're going to do next while that video continues processing. Sorry if there's noise from the hallway. Somebody's being really noisy outside my door. Right, so now I can go up here, upload a video. That's the one I just showed you with created content. Or we can just go live, which I'm about to do right now. Go live is something you can do, and you're live broadcasting. Now, you could live broadcast on an unlisted link, so you could share that link out with people. So only the people that you invite to see you could see it. If you're worried about feeling too out there, don't think that going live means you have to be out publicly on the web. I'm going to go ahead and do public because most of my stuff is public anyway. And Rosemary's example, go live. That's going to be my title. So I can schedule it for later if I want. So we can make it like an event. It could be exciting, raise some hype around the fact that I'm going live at this certain time. I say, yes, it's made for kids. That will automatically turn off live chat. That's an important one because we don't want inappropriate comments to be made in a live setting that we can't control. Or no, it's not made for kids. Mine's not. I'll say no, it's not. I can get into those more advanced settings about age restrictions if I want to. And I can go into more advanced settings like adding that description. Remember on the playlist, I couldn't add the description until I went into the playlist. Well, if I hit more options, I can do description here. All right. My category is preset to my previous setting. These are some default settings. I can go advanced if I wanted to. All right. I can click next and all right, you smile for a selfie. If you don't like it, or if you have a custom thumbnail. So remember when I added that cover, I could add a picture that I want. So this one's going to be fun, actually. Watch. I'm going to make this my custom cover. So I'll download as a PNG image. I'll come back here, my live stream, and I'll upload that as my custom cover. Then that becomes my cover for my go live. That's just a cover. It's not like what people will see. I can either take a selfie or I can build in Google Slides a custom cover. For those of you teachers out there who have been making your virtual classrooms, those are beautiful. You make them with Google Slides. That would be such a cool cover if you're going to go live to your class. All right, I get another quick check at my privacy, and there's just some things that I'm getting before I go live. I can say, please post a comment here or whatever I wanted to say when I'm going live. Teachers, I could really see this being a fun tool for you to use, especially over the summer. I used to meet my students when I taught second grade down at the Madisonville Branch Library, and we would do story hour together like once or twice a week over the summer. It was just something I volunteered to do. But what about doing a virtual story hour where once or twice a week you get online and you read a book or a chapter out of a book to them? So that could just be a really fun thing that you do, and you could use the Go Live feature for that. So I'll send that out. All right, that's my live chat. And so now I think I am ready. Here we go. Stream preview, live chat. All right. Nobody's waiting. So, oh, where do I go? Huh. I just messed something up. Boo. Maybe I made it upcoming by accident. My bad. Let me try to launch it. Well, this is embarrassing. I think it's because this. Share. Oh, start it. I must have accidentally clicked schedule. Darn it. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I'm just going to start a new one because I didn't mean to schedule it. I don't even remember doing that, but anyway. Okay, so I'm going to skip all of those extra settings because I don't need them. Looks like there's been some updates since I was just in here live even a week ago. So it's giving me a whole bunch of new things. When you're ready, click go live. Where did it go? Huh. Y'all, guess what? This has been updated since last week, since the last time I went live, and I can't figure it out right now. Don't give up. Persist in problem solving. Oh, there it is right up top. Go live. Psh. Looks like I've got a connection issue. Connect streaming. Sorry. I'm just going to click it. Okay, it looks like maybe I'm having, there have clearly been a couple updates since last week, last time I went live, and it looks like I'm having a streaming issue right now. All right, questions here. Marie here. I want to grow up and be. Thanks, Marie. Oh, that just made my day. I want you to grow up and be just like you. All right. If you make playlists private, can members of the group share the playlist? No, private means only you. You're the only person who can see it. You've got to be logged in your account. But if you make them unlisted, only the people you share it with can view it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. You said that in the next part. So, yes. Sharing. Oh, we should have went into some of those settings. You can also do advanced settings even within the playlist. You can add a collaborator and have somebody else add to it. I didn't think to show that in this video. Hi, Leah Marie here. Yeah, great question. Okay. So, what's the name of the app for removing the commercials and advertisements? I don't know. If it's a separate app, I'm not aware of it being published. There's a way that you can pull the code if you're embedding. Code without suggested videos. So there's a way to pull the code out, like when you, and for that really I got to go to a video to show you what I mean. I'm really bummed that my go live didn't work. This is the first time this has ever not worked for me. I got to let it go. Okay. So just imagine any video. It doesn't matter what the video is. I'll grab one of the first ones I see. Let's say I want to share this video. When you do copy embed code, I'm just going to drop it somewhere where you can see it. I'll drop it here. So it's a long code here. There's a way to, if you just Google it, and the time I did it, I Googled it, support.google.com, how to remove recommendations. I will say this, I have in my Tech Talk tidbits for the distinguished educator, Googling better. Guys, I really suggest y'all watch that video. It's 5 minutes. I think I called the video Google Better, and it's a 5-minute video. But be careful that you don't fall into some bad advice or long, wordy, somebody's blog. When I want Google advice, I like to go to Google. So how to remove recommendations from embedded videos. So after the video, you're out. So it tells you how to manipulate the code. It's not something I remember off the top of my head. The couple times I've done it when I needed to, I was Googling the whole time. So, but yes, there is a way for you to remove suggested content. It's not an app. It's actually what you're doing with the code. There may be an app that does that for you if you just drop the code in. But if so, you got to, I can only support you guys on district approved apps, and I can't think of one off the top of my head that's district approved. So. All right, let me go back to my playlist. Not my playlist, wow, my agenda, and we hit it all. And it's 3 o'clock on the dot. Guys, I'm bummed that my go live didn't work, but I will figure out what went wrong next time. I'm going to give you your contact hours and feedback form now. So 1 moment. This is the form. Sorry, it looks like, oh yeah, this is a form. We have over 6,000 responses to this form. You guys are eating up all your PD opportunities. I love it. Sorry, everything I'm doing is like taking a few extra minutes. I don't know if it's because I have stuff open. Okay, there we go. Come on. All right, in your chat, I am dropping the link for you to fill out. So you can just click on that link. Make sure you put your information in. If you want to earn contact hours, please remember to put your all the information, including your employee ID. If you don't need the contact hours, you can skip that. Your training topic today was on YouTube. Indicate your school or schools that you work in. Today, if you can believe it, is June 11th. This was a 2 p.m. training. The type of training this was, if you're here with me now live, which you can't be here with me later. If you're here with me now live, you joined a virtual PD session. If you're viewing this on my YouTube channel later, you viewed a recorded virtual PD session. So please pick the appropriate response. If you're here with me now, click joined a virtual PD session. And later, if you're watching on YouTube, please select viewed a recorded virtual PD session. This was a 30-minute to 1 hour session. My name is Rosemary Jane. Please click that. You'll do a quick rating of my training today. I do apologize about the go live errors. I haven't done it in a week, but it's changed in a week. So if I can get a tidbit, a 5-minute video on that, I'll try to add that. Your additional questions and comments, definitely appreciate your feedback. If you found this helpful, you know what? I really enjoy any kind of compliment or praise you want to give. But if you were like, no, this wasn't good, or I wish you had slowed down or done more with X, Y, or Z, you feel like something should have been included in the agenda that wasn't, please let me know. That's how I get better at what I do. And I do everything I do to support you. So I value your feedback. There is a few more links at the end of the forum for you to view the rest of our PD schedule, as well as to go to our CPS Tech Talk course. And if you're having any technical issues, you can always contact our ITM help desk. I do always call out that I recommend that you tick the option here or send me a copy of my responses, because as you saw, we have over 6,000 responses. Definitely cannot let you know if I got your answer or not. We don't have a way to effectively go through that. The new schedule for the LTT come out. I think it's out today for next week. If it's not out today, it's out real soon. But it's at the bottom of that contact hours form. That schedule is right here. Let me see. So this is the current week, and yeah, it is Thursday. Oh, you're right. It's not out yet. It'll be out before next week. So probably if not today, definitely by tomorrow. But we're going to keep having PD every day, every work day. Oh, sorry, you're on summer break, most of you. Every work day that we work year round except for bank holidays and vacation time or sick time that we take. So you can expect to see PD scheduled. We did stop scheduling Friday PDs for the summer. You might notice that column's blacked out, and we're not going to offer them on Fridays. So that's it. Yeah. If there aren't any more questions, and you got your link to the training feedback form, then yes, I will drop the agenda link in again. No problem. Let me close out these. My internet response time has just been awful. Okay, share this link. All right. And then we don't need this on there. I'll delete that. And I'm so glad, Valencia, I'm glad you found it useful. I think even just doing, I live on a main road, so it gets loud here sometimes. There is the agenda at the bottom. I think even just, if you never do anything with your own channel, just creating your own curated playlists, going out there and finding what's on YouTube and making them for your specific students or your parents or whoever you help support. I think playlists are awesome. They're one of my favorite features of YouTube, and all of my work is organized into playlists. You are most welcome, Tamika. Nice to see you in here today. All right, folks, I'm going to stop the recording. I totally forgot to show in this one. So if you got to hang up, go ahead and hang up. But before I stop the recording, I did forget to show the information about this video. I'm going to show that. My bad. The training's over. This is like housekeeping at the end. All right. On my channel, my videos are arranged in playlists. If you're looking for this later, it's going to be in my virtual trainings and professional development. I'll be dropping that in here. I did add a tidbit video because there was actually questions. I'm starting to get so much on my playlist that I had a few people ask me, well, how do I find information on it? So I made a 5-minute video that I added as to the front of all of these, just about my YouTube channel. So you can spend 5 minutes learning about how I organize my channel and how to find different PDs. But so this one will be in the virtual trainings and professional development. And just a quick reminder that in any of my videos, you should go to the show more option at the bottom so that you can get the link to the transcript and my PD agenda if you're viewing this on a recording. Okay, now I really, really promise I'm done. I'm going to stop recording. Have a great afternoon, evening.
Rosemary?
Yes?